Hi beloveds, I'm posting again and it's so great to be with you on this channel, and I want you to know first and foremost that you have arrived to a safe space. This is a safe community. We understand the effects of childhood adversity, we understand the effects of childhood trauma, and we understand that you are a sovereign individual. Okay? And the reason I start off with this today is because when we feel safe, we come to a place of ease. And when we come to a place of ease, we return to our natural state. And that was something that was taken from us when we were younger. We may have never experienced our natural state. So it's my deepest hope, my deepest prayer that all who gather here can feel safe, start to feel at ease, and then reclaim the natural state, our natural state that we arrived with, that is innate to us, that is built in already in all of us. It's just a matter of remembering, turning on the switch, settling, feeling safe, and starting to soak more and more in a sense of safety and ease. And that's what I try to create here on this channel for all of us. And on that note, we're going to look at our fear of intimacy today. It's big, isn't it? It can be a big fear for most of us who've experienced childhood trauma. And from the moment we arrived here, our dear little hearts, when we were babies, said, "Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me." Our hearts were just bursting. We were so excited to be here. And on the other side of that, we expected to be loved. We expected for someone to see our beauty, our shiny little hearts, our shiny little being, and say, "I love you to bits and pieces. I'm so glad you're here." Well, because of disordered thinking in caregivers, right? Because of the virus of trauma being carried on and disordered thinking, right? Dysfunction, that was not on the other end. It just wasn't. So we might as well accept it. Wasn't fair, but let's just accept it for what it is, because that's how it rolled, right? And through the mixed messages we received when we were younger, right? Someone treating us very poorly and then later maybe saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I love you." Those are mixed messages. By us experiencing those mixed messages over and over and over, when our dear little hopeful heart kept coming forward saying, "Love me," right? This left a residue on our heart. And those residues, they started to build up over time. And they started to become a film. And that film protects us. It was our coping mechanism to protect us. It felt like our little safety zone. But then when we get older, guess what's still emerging? That little heart that says, "Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me." The heart that is saving you from being a victim of the residue. The heart that's saying, "Okay, we're going to rise above this. I'm not going to be in that gravitational pull anymore. And I want intimacy. I want true intimacy. I want to be seen. I want to be understood. I want to be heard. I want to feel safe in love." Okay? And the truth is, love, many people misunderstand love. There is a spectrum of love. There's a spectrum of love. There are very dense versions of love. Dominating versions that, where domination from a caregiver was the quote expression of love. Dense versions, power trips, loving you if you acted a certain way. These are dense versions of love, right? But as empaths, as people who are compassionate, as people who value connection, that was very confusing to us. Just didn't seem right. And it's that part of you that's actually saving you in all this. The part of you that does value connection, that is compassionate, the empathic part of you is what has allowed your heart, whew, to still live, to still breathe, and to still say, and I do hope for intimacy and love, right? So the question becomes in all of this, how does that residue in my heart, what happens to that residue in my heart? How do I let that residue in my heart settle and soak? Well, I'm going to tell you how. And the way we do that is by doing the things we enjoy doing, such as being in nature, being with a pet, doing a hobby you really love, right? All these things are great. Anytime you lose a sense of space and time, right? Like if you live near the ocean, getting in the surf, or if you rock climb, or if you play music, music's wonderful, or attending an arts event where you lose that sense of space and time, that's a very intimate activity where you're just at one with what you're doing. Another way we do this, importantly, and this is why I have so many of these videos on my channel, is through meditation, because meditation acts like water, like the waves coming up over the residue and clearing out the residue of the heart. So when we do meditation on a regular basis, it slowly washes away that residue, that fear of intimacy, slowly washes it away. And it allows us to let the heart shine a little bit more. And then when we're with ourselves, we like that experience of the emerging heart, of feeling like it's safe in my own being to have an expansive heart. Even if it's just for 5 seconds, it still feels really good, doesn't it? So we give the experience, the safety to ourselves first, right? The experience of the intimacy, the safety to ourselves first. And then we start to be curious about other people. Well, is it safe around this person to show who I really am? Can I share? Can I share safely? Do they understand? Do they not judge me? If the answer is yes, then maybe the next time you're together, you can share just a little bit more. But let's not do it like, in the past, maybe you just jumped into a relationship and it was instantly heart as wide as the world, right? Because we were so thirsty for love and we felt somebody saw us at last. And oh my gosh, I'm going to give it my all. Well, those days are probably over now, right? Because we want true intimacy. We want lasting intimacy. Whether or not that brings the expression of sexuality or not, because you can definitely be very intimate with someone without the expression of sexuality. You can just be with someone. Being with someone in a sense, in safety, in our natural state, is very intimate. Very beautiful experience. So when we come closer to ourselves, we can take that to our world in measured doses, step by step, with your friend group, with someone you might be romantically interested in. And I will share another thing here that's important to know. Companionship will now be found with those of us who are awake. The true companionship will no longer be found in the density. People who are stuck in old patterns, people who are stuck in judgment, people who don't make you feel safe. There's no companionship there. So try your best to be around those who are awake, who understand this community here, and people that you meet out and about. There's many, many people that are awakened right now and wanting to connect at a deeper level. Look for those people, because therein lies the companionship, the safety, and the intimacy. So this fear of intimacy, let's just think of it like a residue that got built up. And the practices we do, the being in nature, the things you love to do, meditation, singing, it slowly washes away the residue. so we can return to a place of ease and give us our reclaim our natural state, which is the place of intimacy with ourself and with our world. So glad to be with you right now. Whew. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Just to be together without judgment, safe, at ease. I'm always curious about what you have to share. Please, please, please share your experiences in the comments below. And also know that I work with people, I collaborate with people just like you from throughout the world. And I very much do this together. We're doing this together. This is not anybody telling you what to do. Instead, my approach is to reach out my hand. I reach out my hand, right? And say, you want to come this way? Because I cleared a little bit of the jungle. See what you think, right? But I always honor your intuition, your inner teacher, your true north. That's the key to this whole thing. All right, feel free to reach out anytime. And at the end of this video, you'll see how to get a hold of me for some sessions. And I'll be posting again very soon.